Hey everyone, my name is Andy, and today we have the January monthly reading for the sign of Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. Welcome guys, welcome cross watchers. Few disclaimers, take what resonates, leave what does not, meaning if I give a message and it does not resonate to your specific situation, remind yourself that you're watching a general reading on YouTube that is set with the intention that whoever watches this will get something out of it. So I'm sure that I am a very strong believer that if you are watching this, there is something somewhere in this reading, something that I will say that will give you a little bit of insight. I set my intentions very clearly and very strongly on these videos for whoever watches them will get something from them, okay? With that being said, if you want to work more on personal situations or personal matters, you can book a personal reading with me in the description box below. We'll have all the information that you need in order to contact me, okay? So that's that. Moving on, jumping into your channel message, the first thing that I saw was, I kind of feel like this is still too loud. I'm sorry, it's bothering me. So, part of your channel message, the first thing I saw was like someone fighting in a bar, or like a bar fight. So like that may or may not have happened to you, or maybe you were out with friends and it happened to one of your friends. Maybe they started the fight, maybe they got in a fight. It just seems something like that, but also I feel like I feel like you might be like, not drinking a lot or in excess to the point of like becoming an alcoholic, but like it seems like you're having a lot of fun this month, meaning like I feel like I see you going out, being social, like going out to clubs, to a party. Like I see you in areas or situations like clubs and bars that there is a lot of alcohol there, so it just tends to, I feel like you're just putting yourself, and this is my thing, like this is my personal thing, okay? I'm not even speaking on you anymore, I'm just speaking about myself. My personal thing with like clubs and bars is that like they're fun and they can be fun, but I am someone that tends to stay away from those types of areas or those types of places, because I know that a majority, not all the time, but a majority of the time when people get drunk, they tend to, it relaxes them to the point where they let out more, I don't know, they let out whatever they have inside, okay? I'm gonna say that. It relaxes them. It's like it loosens up their bottle enough to just let whatever they have inside come out. And in my experience, I feel like in most times, even if it's like a club and everyone's having fun, it's a bar and blah, 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 I feel like a lot of the times people come to those places with a lot of negativity. You know, they're stressed out from work, they're tired of this, they wanna grab a drink, they wanna dance, they just wanna let it out. And I just feel like a lot of those places, regardless of if there's fights or not, those areas, those spaces, bars and clubs, to me, hold a lot of negative energy. A lot of like fun can be had there, but they hold a lot of negative energy, and I mean so more just with the people that are there, that they're there to release some of this negative energy. So it's like a good and a bad thing. I have my ifs and my, obviously my opinions about it, but I just feel primarily it's like you're spending time surrounded by people that are filled with negative energy, and that does affect you. That's what I'm trying to say, is that regardless of if you're like, oh, I'm at the club, I'm just having fun, I'm not getting in fights, I'm not arguing with anyone, I'm just having a good time, nothing happens, you're still surrounding yourself in like a pool of negative energy, and that is interacting with your energy, whether you're consciously aware of it or not. So be cautious of that this month. Have fun, but also be cautious and be aware of your surroundings. I think just be aware of like what situations you're putting yourself in, what kind of crowds you're surrounding yourself with, because all of that does affect your energy. All right, so for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, what's going on in the month of January? What's January got for Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus for the fellowship video? She flew out just like that. 9 of Wands in reverse. Yeah, so here's the thing. January is a month where you need to make sure that your mental, emotional, and physical body are all being protected, okay? So you gotta protect yourself this month. Not from any one specific thing, so don't freak out, be like, what's coming for me, what's gonna get me? Nothing. But I just feel that this is really just talking about there is a lot of negative people or negative influences that are surrounding you, or that you're putting yourself in certain environments that are filled with people that have maybe negative opinions about you, maybe they just hold a lot of negative energy. I just feel like there's a lot of negative energy that's around your environment, that's in around a lot of environments that you're putting yourself in this month. And in that way, the Knight of Wands is talking about someone being guarded, right? So this person is really guarded of themselves to other people. So this person's like not open to letting people in. They're not letting, I'm not gonna let you come into my space and affect me because I've been so hurt in the past. But when it's in reverse, it kind of calls for a lack of self-care, in the sense that you're not guarding or protecting your own energy. It would be super beneficial for you this month, in the month of January, to put up some more mental, emotional, and physical boundaries within yourself and other people of what you will and will not tolerate, because I feel like you're a very easygoing person. Say no if you want to say no. And I think that saying no is actually going to be a big thing for you this month. That actually might be the title of this video. January is a month to say no, okay? No, I don't want to go out with you. No, I don't want to do this. No, I don't want to do that, because you need to conserve and protect your energy, okay? I feel like you're a really busy body, Libra. I feel like maybe the past couple months you've been really busy, you've been working really hard, you've been doing a lot of really great things, and all those things, they take a lot of energy, right? I don't see your energy levels depleted. I still feel like you've got a lot of energy. But just know that when you're working like overtime, as some of you might be working like literal overtime, but you're just working a lot more than you normally would have months ago. It's great, it's awesome. Money, career, that all looks really, really good for you. But keep in mind that you're exhausting all of your energy onto these things, and then you go and put yourself in an environment full of negative people. So it's almost like you drain all your energy on your work and all the things that are going good, and then you put yourself in in an environment surrounded by negative people, so you're in a way kind of absorbing that energy. You just need to protect your energy this month, okay? So saying no would be really good for you. Setting boundaries within yourself, like, oh, I'm not gonna go to these places anymore, I'm not gonna do this anymore. That would be really good to start implementing this month. So we have the Seven of Cups in reverse, the Ace of Wands, and the Four of Swords in reverse. Okay, so here we go. So yeah, it's definitely a month where you need to be a little bit more cautious about who you allow into your circle, who you're allowing yourself to interact with. Just because things are going really good, just because you might be in the limelight, just because you might be getting a lot of attention and praise for your work or whatever it is that's going on, because I just feel like there's a lot going on with your work. A lot of attention is being put on you or your work, or both. Just because you're getting a lot of that doesn't mean that you need to accept everyone into your circle. Does that make sense? Because I kind of feel like, yeah, you're getting all this attention, but it's kind of like you're accepting it from anyone and everyone that's willing to give it to you. And you don't need to. You need to be very selective. I think now is even, because I feel like whatever it was with your job, I feel like you've really skyrocketed. You've really taken off with whatever it is that you're doing career-wise. So some of you could be not like famous, but becoming very well known, maybe in your industry or whatever it is that you're doing, or becoming more well recognized for the work that you're doing. Let's say that, and through that brings off like a lot of jealousy and that's usually when the beginning, when people skyrocket and really take off into their careers and start to become more well known. People sense that, people see that, and people want to tag along. People want to, latch themselves onto the rocket, and as you take off, they want to stay attached and just ride all the way to the top, right? So that they can say, oh, that's my best friend. Oh my God, yeah, like I've been there for them, this whole time, even before they were famous. You get what I'm saying? But they saw it clear as day that you're about to take off, and they wanted to make sure that they were buckled down for the ride, okay? I feel like that's the type of negative energy that you're surrounding yourself with. It's really just jealous people that want to leech off of your success and your hard work. So it's up to you if you want to allow that or not. I'm going to say absolutely not, but to each their own. Seven of Cups in reverse. I feel like, let me clarify before I say what I'm about to say. Clarify the Seven of Cups in reverse for me, please. Clarify the Seven of Cups in reverse for me, please. Clarify the Seven of Cups in reverse. I got the Strength card. Still not. because I'm getting that I feel like there's an option. Yeah, 9 of Cups. Okay. So there's an option. So like I said, it's a really busy month for you. There's a lot going on. Everything's great. Everything's dandy. Dandy. Yeah, everything's going really, really good. You're having a great month. Sorry, I'm trying to like get these cards in a way that I will like them. It's a good month for you. Everything's going good, career-wise. But I feel like in the past, not in the past, but I feel like there may be a lot of different kinds of directions you could go right now, right? So it's like your career is doing really good, your business is doing really good, money's not a problem, life is looking really good, you're being social, you're doing this, you're doing that. Seems like everything's so good, right? There is still this like deep down or like underlying feeling that some of you Libras may be having, that even though things are really good right now, there may have been an option, or there might be another option now, even now, that you want more than the one that you chose. Does that make sense? So like, let's say you had A, B, and C, and you were like, okay, which one do I do? Which one do I do? Okay, I'm gonna do A. I'm gonna choose to go down path A. You chose path A, and you're like, wait, everything's great. My career's awesome. I'm getting the attention and the praise that I deserve. I'm getting the acknowledgement for my work. I'm becoming very successful, very well known. But I'm also thinking about, what if I had chosen option B or C? It's almost like some of you may be just wondering, what would your life look like if you had chosen a different path than the one that you chose, even though the one you chose is pretty good. Or some of you are kind of fixated still on like, you're like, no, I think I want to choose C now, you know? Which, that option is still open for you if that's what you want to do. I feel like what you're doing right now versus the option you may be thinking of or reminiscing about are two completely different things. Do you get what I'm saying? It's like night and day. That's what kind of has you hesitating, and that's what had you, for those of you that chose A instead of C, that's what had you hesitating in the past when you made that decision, because you were like, well, I learned this, I studied this, and I should probably just choose this. And why am I going to try to choose option C if that's something totally different that I don't really have enough experience or knowledge about? Ace of Wands. I feel like this month, even though, yes, you need to protect your energy, even though, yes, there are these, thoughts about maybe choosing a different option, or maybe just not being 100% sure that the option you chose is the right one. Maybe there just could be some like hesitancy and doubt about that. But I actually feel like if whatever you chose, if things are going really good, if it's what you want, stick with it, okay? Because it feels like it's going to be really good. It feels like it's going to bring you a lot of fulfillment with the 9 of Cups I see. It's going to make you really happy. It's going to give you a lot of confidence. It's going to give you a lot of power. There's a lot of power that's going to come with either the current position that you have. You could be a manager or owner or something like that. Or where you're skyrocketing and you're rising to, you will end up on top, like a CEO or something like that, like a director, something of the sorts where you're on top of the food chain, let's call it that, where you're on the top of it, okay, the top dog, and that comes with a lot of power, okay. The Ace of Wands, so January's a month where you need to take it's a month of action and movement, okay? So there's a lot of movement in the month of January for you, right? So you need to stop just being you need to stop just laying there and allowing things to happen. Like, you're doing your work, you're doing your day-to-day routine, you're very active, I feel that you guys are very active, and you need to put a guard up. You need to work on putting a guard up. You need to work on protecting your energy. Saging yourself will be really good. I just saged my whole house right before I started recording today. Like, saging your space or doing Reiki. I actually think, not you doing Reiki, but you going to get Reiki done would actually be so good this month, in the month of January. If you've ever done it before, I highly recommend that you go back for another session or two. Or if you've never done it and you're hearing this now, maybe it'd be a good idea to just inquire about it. Maybe go to a place, ask about it. If you don't know what it is, go look it up. It's energetic healing. That would be so good for your energy right now this month, is to go get a Reiki session done, and preferably by someone who, most places will give you like a rundown of like, you know, like an assessment of like, oh, your energy feels like this because it could be affected by this. Like Billy should tell you what it is. I think that would be awesome to do this month, in the month of January. Try to go find someone that has been practicing Reiki for a long period of time, preferably over 5 to 10 years and up. The longer, the better, the more experience, and as well as try to get Reiki done by a Reiki Grandmaster if you can. But again, anyone that practices Reiki, I'm sure, is really invested in it. But if you really want someone with experience and knowledge, a Grandmaster or someone that has experienced, you know, 5-10 years plus. So the reason why the Ace of Wands is here right next to the Four of Swords in reverse is, like I said, it's not a month to relax and kind of just like, you know, let things be. It's almost like, because you've achieved a lot of success recently, you know, things are going really good, you're kind of like, okay, well, I can just kind of relax and have fun. That's why I feel like, that's why this month I feel like you're more likely to be going to bars and clubs and parties and drinking and socializing, because you're like, I've worked really hard, you know, I've been working my butt off, and everything's going really good with work, and money's fine, and everything's really good, I'm doing, you know, I'm very successful right now, so I think I can just chill this month. It's Capricorn season. It's not a month to chill. It's a month to be it's a month to plan. Like, even if you're not, maybe, let's say, working more, it's just you have to be meticulous and planned out this month, and like saying like, okay, well, I want to achieve this in the future, and I want to achieve this, so like, how can I make that happen? And taking steps every single day to make those things happen, especially in this month. It's not a month to rest for you, Libra. I'm sorry, but it's not. I feel like you guys want to relax, but not yet. Not quite, because we're not quite there. It's almost like, this is the thing, it's almost like this. If you are that rocket ship, and recently career and everything has been great, and you've been getting all this attention, it's skyrocketing, you're like almost like relaxed. You're like, okay, well, you know, I've been doing really good, so I can kind of take a chill pill. No, because you're just at the beginning, that rocket's just starting to take off. So that means, what do you have right now? You have the most momentum. You have so much momentum right now in the beginning. Don't pause it and make it stop. Take it as far as it can go, you know? Until it really burns out, until you really burn out all that fuel, then take a break. It's not a time to take a break. You're just at the very beginning of this journey, Libra. And then we have the Hanged Man. The Hanged Man comes here and is represented for you today in the month of January, because there are certain things that you need to change your perspective on, okay? It could primarily just be this, that you think like, oh, I'm really successful, everything's going good, I've made it, this is it for me. You know, you're kind of, I feel like some of you are settling, or it's just like you want to take a break. But things are just starting to take off. This is the time to put more energy into it. Come on, Libra. Don't hold out and don't give up right now. This is the time to boost it. If you've been giving 100%, give me 150, give me 200% this month in your work and in the things that you do. That's what's needed, and that's what's being asked of you. And to protect your energy from other people. So don't take a break. You need to look at this from a different place. You need to change your mind and be like, well, I've worked really hard and now I'm here, so, you know, I can relax a little bit. I can take it easy. I don't have to work as hard. No. You're just taking off. You're just taking off now. So use that momentum to your advantage. Keep going. Push even harder right now. Because with that momentum, if you put in a little bit extra percentage of your energy, things will really progress further in a bigger way. So much expansion. So much growth, and a lot of money. A lot of money coming in. Yeah, Knight of Pentacles. You may even be having like a... let's say like you have 1 job or 2 jobs or 3 jobs, whatever you have or whatever it is that you're doing. Let's say like in the month of January, if you give that extra percent, you keep working hard, you don't bring it down, you keep pushing, adding more fuel to that fire. That'd be awesome for you this month. Instead of slowing down and taking breaks. I feel like some of you guys may be adding another stream of income, or because I don't think this is a burst or an increase of money. I actually feel like you guys may be starting your own business, or let's say you have 2 jobs, you'll get a 3rd job or something like that. There's an opportunity this month, Libra, for you to add another source of revenue. Does that make sense? But only if you change the way that you're thinking about career and job, and you increase the energy that you're putting into things. It doesn't mean you need to work more time, more hours. It just means that you need to put more energy into what you're doing. And being also, you need to believe in what you're doing as well, because I feel like that's kind of what the 7 of Cups in reverse is saying, is like almost like, it's not that you're not believing it, but you're just kind of like, I don't know, I feel like a lot of you guys are really thinking about this option, reviewing this option that you chose. And then we have the High Priestess in reverse. So yeah, some of you guys are kind of like maybe doubting your intuition a little bit this month. I feel like maybe you guys are kind of like, well, you know, I did choose this, but is this really the right thing for me? You know, things are really good successfully, but do I feel fulfilled? Do I feel this? Like, I feel like there's questions about fulfillment, okay? But like I said, I think that what you're doing right now, there is a lot of fulfillment and power to be gained from that. If those are things that you want, I feel like you will be very happy with the career that you have further down the road if you stay with it, okay? But I am getting this feeling that you're either just unsure of it, or there is another option that is catching your eye a lot more. Which, that would be good to do this month too, like action, just taking action and doing something this month, changing things, maybe doing things a little bit differently than you've been doing them, but not a pause and a halt and a break and a nap. Those are not things for you to do this month, Libra. I am so sorry. Capricorn is like, we gotta be efficient, so you cannot slow down right now this month. I mean, you could if you want to, but again, you're just going to be limiting and actually bringing down some of that success that the universe is trying to hand you. They're trying to hand you all these things, and you can have them really easily too if you just keep applying yourself. Do not take a break this month. Let's look at what we need to watch out for. Sorry, I was thinking about what deck. So what does Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus need to watch out for in the month of January? Alright, what does Libra need to watch out for in the month of January? Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus. Positive movement forward. Yeah. So you need to watch out for delaying this, okay? Because in the month of January, you have a lot of opportunities to keep moving forward, to keep the momentum going. Like I said, it's like you're just taking off. Don't think that this is it. There's so much more that the universe is trying to give you, but you can't stop right now. Otherwise, you won't be able to get it. You have to keep the momentum going in order to get there. Otherwise, you'll be like dead still in the water, and you don't want that. You don't want to pause. You don't want to take a break. You don't want to stop right now because there's so much going there. Your heart chakra is calling your attention. I'm getting specifically that if this month, if you guys are having any like physical health problems with your heart, maybe you've been having like an increase of like heartburn, or you've been having like heart palpitations, or, you know, problems with your heart, or, you know, sudden sharp pains, things like that. If you have, okay, if you don't have any problems with your heart, do not freak out. This is only for the people that if you actually have, if you've been noticing problems, go get it checked, okay? Always better safe than sorry. If not, the universe is saying be careful not to make choices this month based out of your emotions. Does that make sense? Because we are in Capricorn season, because a lot of your month really primarily just has to do with work and your career. It's not a month so much to lead with your heart, okay? It's a month to make logical decisions. And I feel like some of you guys are like, well, I love what I do. I feel like I hear you guys saying, well, I love what I do. It's, yeah, love what you do. You should love what you do. But do not make your decisions on your work based off of emotions, based off of how you feel in the moment. Really think about things thoroughly before you take action on them. Because I feel like there might be a lot of situations where maybe like people, like I said, there may be a lot of like friends and people that maybe they'll ask to work with you, or they'll ask to, you know, do this and this and this, or ask you to work with them because they see that you're getting all this attention. So like I said, they want to ride on the next success. And you not being a cold-hearted person, you being a very loving person, you're gonna be like, oh, well, that's my friend, I love them. Yeah, of course I'll include them. Of course I'll give them, you know, some advice or some help or whatever. Just make sure that you're not allowing yourself to be taken advantage, or you're not allowing people to just take a little freebie, you know, right off of your success. Because that's not fair, because you worked really hard for your success, so they should work just as hard for theirs. And especially if they are friends and family or people that you really care about, you should want to push them to do exactly what you did for yourself. You know? So just be careful, watch out for that. What else does Libra need to watch out for? Moving on. Okay. So I'm getting specifically, this is just pertaining to reminiscing about the past. So remember, 7 of Cups in reverse, like I said, some of you guys are maybe thinking about a situation. It could be a person I'm getting now specifically, but it's still just whatever the option C was. Remember, like you might have wanted to take, or you might now be reminiscing, like what would my life look like if I took that? That's what this is talking about. Make sure that you're allowing yourself to move on, and make sure that you're not staying stuck in the past. Whatever was, and is now not. It's very simple. Does that make sense, Libra? I know. You guys are like, But, you know, I get it. The past is in the past. And where are you, Libra? You're here right now in the present watching this video. So listen to this, take this, and do something in the here and now. Because whatever was in the past, you cannot change that. You can't go back. You can't affect the past. You can only affect your present, which ultimately affects your future. So what you do now, what you choose to think, feel, and do now in your day-to-day, moment to moment, that's what's going to affect where you go from here. That's going to affect what you have, what you achieve, what you bring into your life. Does that make sense? I hope it does. Alrighty, we'll tap into, we'll get a closing message from your angels that guide and watch over you. I want to get one from this deck. Alright, so for the angels and spirit guides that guide, watch over, and protect Libra, Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus, what does Libra need to know? Some of you guys, I don't know if you guys have a cat, or if, actually this is so specific. If any of you guys had a cat that passed away, or is like sick or passing away soon, this cat, like this pet cat just wants you to know that they love you a lot. I'm getting specific. If you ever like put your cat on top of your head, or like your cat likes to curl up on your head when you're laying down or something like that, that's specifically for you so that you know who it is that I'm talking to. But yeah, your cat just wants to let you know that they love you. I either feel like this cat has either passed away recently. It could be for multiple people, and it could just be a pet. Excuse me, sorry, I burped. I'm getting specifically, it is a cat, and like I said, this cat just wants to know that they love you. They just want you to know that they love you, and that they are very thankful and grateful for all the fish, or all the food. They say fishy food. I don't know. All right, so the card is Peacock, raise your standards. Yeah, so it's going back to what your overall thing is this month, is protecting your energy. You gotta watch what you allow. You gotta watch who you allow into your life. Unfortunately, Libra, there are, like I said, some people that you're allowing to interact with you to leech off your success that probably do not have the best interests, your best interests at heart. So raise your standards, meaning raise your standards about who you will and will not allow into your life, who you allow to attach themselves to you, who you allow to leech off your success, if you even allow that at all. That's what I'm saying. Just because someone's your friend or family doesn't mean that they have a right to just ride things with you to the top, right? And it doesn't mean that you need to be cold and detached from them, but you know, like let's say like, you know, they're like, oh, give me a shout out or something, or, you know, post me on your story, like I want to, you know, or like it could be a friend that like always, when they're with you, they always take a video of you and they post and they tag you just to show people that they're friends with you. I feel like a lot of you are, maybe some of you are famous or getting towards that. Maybe you're, you know, maybe you do YouTube, or you have a lot of followers on social media. I feel like maybe some of you have a lot of followers on social media, and some of your friends, like, you know, they like post videos and they tag you and they're like, oh yeah, I know this, you know, like they're trying to show the world that they know you so that they get some of those followers and they get some of that attention to gear towards their work, okay? So I just feel like there's a lot of people really trying to leech off your success, okay? Say no this month, guard and protect your energy, and also believe that what you're doing is the right thing, you know, if it feels right, you know? Make sure that you're making level-headed decisions. It's okay to love what you do. It's okay to have emotions tied to your work, but make sure that you're not making decisions based out of those emotions, okay? That is it for you, Libra. I hope that you guys enjoyed your reading. I hope that it resonated with you, and if it did, let me know in the comments down below. Give this a thumbs up if you liked the video. Subscribe if you like my style of reading. And remember, if you want to book a personal reading so we can figure out specifically what you're dealing with, how to get over certain obstacles and challenges, and what could be coming up in your foreseeable future, you can book a personal reading with me, and that is going to be a one-on-one session, either over Skype or Zoom, or a pre-recorded video, which I offer all three now. And yeah, if you want to know about rates and how it all works and how many questions and etc., send me an email, and that is down below in the description box. I think that is it. Make sure to check out your other placements as well. So I'm not sure exactly what placement you're watching this for, but make sure that you watch your Sun, Moon, Rising, and Venus placements. I promise you that you will get way more out of your Rising, Moon, and Venus rather than your Sun, okay? The Sun is probably where you're gonna get your least amount of information from, okay? So that is it. I will leave you guys to it, and I will see you guys in the next one. Bye-bye.